Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of News of the Pews, where you can count on unapologetic 2A advocacy. Gun rights are human rights. And while the Chinese communists obviously disagree with that assertion, perhaps I judged them too harshly, because now they're helping to smuggle ghost guns into the country. Youans already know all about the fuel filters and glizzy switches all over Temu, Alibaba, Wish, et al. But now, one of those kind of sites is selling fire control units. Not telling you which one so I don't get banned. No idea what gun they're for, but the color is P320. Obviously, I'm not going to give any details that would threaten my channel, but if you're feeling confused, what you're looking at is the frame for a fire control for a Sig Sauer pistol. That's the part that contains the trigger, sear, safety, and most importantly, the serial number. Every other part of a handgun can be legally purchased federally through the mail or printed, but that part needs to go through a dealer with a background check. Sure, this posting may be an ATF honeypot, but odds are it's not. Buying one would incur significant risk for a normal person because DHS spies on all of us for our online purchases and will notify law enforcement. There is a strong possibility it gets jammed up in customs or your place gets raided by the locals. But the fun part is it's super easy for criminals to get away with it because they just use a stolen credit card.
Please insert your stolen card now.
And have it shipped to a neighbor where they plan on just stealing the package anyway. Once again, gun control proves it can intimidate the peaceable, but it is utterly impotent to stop anyone determined to arm themselves. But hey, it would be impossible to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors, and today's video is sponsored by Gideon Optics. You folks probably know about how rapidly Gideon has grown to meet consumer needs with affordable optics, but did you know about their optic trade-in program, which allows you to get from 50 up to 100 bones towards your new sight in exchange for any working optic? That would go a long way towards putting a brand new Pebble enclosed in your mitts. Now, YouTube would banish me to the shadow realm if I told you the price, but I can tell you that a brand new Pebble enclosed costs less than a year and a half of YouTube Premium, which is a pretty sweet deal. The Pebble enclosed is available with a red or green 3MOA dot, has a side-mounted battery tray, shake awake, and of course Gideon's lifetime warranty. But I think the coolest part is that it was designed to mount securely to the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 without slide cuts or permanent modifications. A dovetail insert locks into the rear sight cut with no gunsmithing. So check out Gideon Optics, take a look at the Pebble enclosed, and let me know down there in the comments which old optic you'd trade in to get your hands on one. Use code PEWS at checkout for 10% off and free shipping. Brothers and sisters, we've got a man on the inside. Second Amendment attorney Stephen Stambolia has accepted a position within the United States Department of Justice and is leaving private practice. We know that much from a motion he filed in the 7th Circuit to withdraw from an Illinois silencer case. The details of his new assignment have not been announced publicly, so I'm not going to manufacture a job title for him, but whatever it is, I think it's fair to conclude it's a job involving guns and lawyering, and I think it's a safe bet that Stephen will not let us down. I count him as a personal friend, so I am not even going to pretend I'm unbiased here. I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for us as a community. As much as I poke fun at lawyers, Stephen is one of the good ones. He has spent years fighting gun restrictions, bad NICS decisions, abusive agencies, and government secrecy. He has worked on rights restoration, bump stocks, silencers, stun guns, butterfly knives, and more FOIA fights than any healthy person should be exposed to. There is also something deeply satisfying about the Justice Department hiring a man who has spent years fighting against it rather than another control-freak crusader. This doesn't mean the DOJ will be instantly cured of its authoritarian bent, of course. The department is still defending infringements, and one attorney cannot turn an institution that large by himself. And sure, losing Stephen from private practice is a real loss for the people and organizations that relied on him. But other qualified 2A lawyers will close ranks to fill in that gap, and having somebody in the building who understands both the Second Amendment and the ways agencies dodge accountability is arguably far more beneficial than simply having his competent counsel on a case or two. Stephen has earned this opportunity, and the rest of us have earned the right to enjoy having a friend behind enemy lines. Congratulations, brother. Do good work, keep your powder dry, and don't drink the water. But maybe you're wondering how you, personally can help advance the gun rights cause. As always, I'd encourage you to donate to the various gun rights groups who are actually fighting the good fight. And don't just donate. Groups like Citizens Defense League publish regular newsletters alerting you to protests and town halls. Get out there and bully some politicians too. But right now, we have an even better opportunity for you to promote gun rights and spread chaos. Everytown is running a phone bank on Tuesday, August 18th, and I'll place the link down there in the doobly-doo. The text alert I got says that all are welcome, so that has to include me and you, right? Everytown claims they are really interested in gun safety, and I am too, so I think it would be a great opportunity to teach the people the 4 rules and find out why middle-aged suburban Karens hate minorities and the poor so much. I don't know about you, but I don't have anything better to do on the evening of Tuesday the 18th. And your final story for today is another installment in the Professional Enough files. Control freaks say that only cops and soldiers are professional enough to be trusted with firearms, so every now and then we'd like to shine the spotlight on one of those professionals. This time around, we've got a police commissioner who is accused of helping her dirtbag son do a drive-by on a courthouse. Her dumbass son is allegedly the rocket scientist on camera right here, pointing a gun at cops and somehow not Darwining with just a shot to the leg. Neither mom or son have been convicted of anything yet, but the video and text messages are not looking good for them. It certainly looks like the dirtbag son went to court for gun charges from 2024, and when he saw a rival gang member there, he texted his mom to pick him up so he could do a drive-by in the minivan. He didn't hit anyone.
Die, you motherfucker!
Obviously, we're dealing with a stone-cold pipe hitter and his mommy, the only one professional enough to handle firearms. Well, friends, rounds complete on 2, but before I get to your moment of completion, I'd like to remind you this is a one-man show. I research the stories, write the script, record the show, edit the video, and occasionally remember to sleep and eat. So if you think gun rights are important and you want to help me continue advocating for the 2A, please consider buying some merch or donating directly at the links down there in the doobly-doo. I just launched a brand new shirt, but be careful with that birdseed because excessive fecal buildup can reduce solar efficiency. After all, this program was made possible by contributions from E. Senior, Ozark Pilgrim, ODA 564, Squirted Glizzies, the William H. Crocker Foundation, and viewers like you. I love you.